fam? What's going on? This is season 2, episode 2. It's actually 3 because I went back and the one I did with Nut a month and a half ago. But we gonna keep it season 2, episode 2, the Bruce podcast. Whoever's listening, thank y'all for going. I got a reoccurring guest, family, brother, little brother, and DJ Congo.
What's up?
What's happening?
What's up?
What's going on with you, baby?
Man, up in the morning, feeling good.
You know it.
Yeah.
So a week ago from today was your birthday. So being 36, do you see any change? Or did you feel any change or whatever as you're getting older?
Feel? Hell yeah. I know you feel change. That's easy.
The bounce back is not.
It's
the
not the
back.
same. Yeah. That, to me, that's the thing. The recovery and the time needed to get to full. I guess that's the same thing. The recovery.
Right.
Yeah, the recovery is different. But other than that, output wise, physically, no, I actually feel pretty good. Mentally, I feel that's where I feel the sharpest.
Gotcha.
Like decision making and choices and problem solving,
right.
and time management and communication. Even though I still might lack or, therefore in those, I feel more sound in those things than ever. And I started noticing them feelings around like 25.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's where. No, a little bit. I mean, I was still, you know what I'm saying, like not all the way with the. I mean, with me, it's never been the work thing, but like just mentally, like you're saying, like just like trying to figure shit out and like basically fucking growing up. Like, man, all right, we can't be doing what I was doing, fucking. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just when I 22, 21, just all that other shit. Like it was like, man. All right, man, trying to figure this shit out, set this shit down, and try to get a blueprint going, and so we can, progress. And around that time, that's the time that we had a conversation, you and Peanut, whatever. When I was, when I was just fucking sitting around, blah blah blah, and then y'all put a spark in my ass, and then here we go, years later. But those feelings start coming around 25. I remember on my 25th birthday, I was like. I just started thinking about shit different, making choices different. But I was the same. And even if I wanted to do the same shit I was doing then, I still would have to think about it this way. So even if I wanted to be, like I said, doing out whatever we was doing when we was younger, even if I wanted to do that now, I still would have to plan it. You know what I'm saying? I still would have to even approach it differently than I was then. So I think the age comes with that if you learn through experience. Definitely. So I feel good. I feel like I was scared to say it, but I feel like my prime of my life, maybe the beginning of it, because I've done some dope ass shit, and it keep happening. So I'm like, God, for real, like this me, right?
He like, yeah, so.
And
I'm excited to see what else, but I would say the beginning of the prime, the way I feel, because it's effortless, my navigation.
Yeah, I was about to say throughout the navigation, because I know we touched on a while ago or whatever, but in a different spin, like that's what I'm saying, like your navigation from like say 25 or up, so that go 11 years right there. So just even though you always had a certain grind and whether it was DJing at the beginning and then transitioning to cinematography, stuff like that. Do that. Was it seamless for you, or do you feel it was seamless? You know what I'm saying, like, or like was it a hardships doing it as learning? Because I know you self-learned. You know what I mean? So was it a hard? You feel it's a hard transition within your last 8 to 10 years? Like, you know what I mean? Coming up to this prime or from a male perspective?
Actually, no. I talk about it all the time. It wasn't a transition. It was a necessity. Videography was a necessity at some point,
right.
Being in the entertainment industry. And then the creativity that I use for cinematography and being a videographer or whatever I'm considered, that's the same creativity I was using to DJ. It's the same creativity I was using to make hip-hop or rap and shit. It was the same. It's the same shit. I tap into the same place inside of me. So the only transition was learning a new set of skills and developing them inside the realm, inside the space of still being creative. So I'm like, oh, I know I'm creative as fuck, so eventually I'll get good at this shit.
Right.
And that's what happened. So the only transition was, the learning curve.
The learning and possibly investment as well. I mean, like just the
And
investment,
everything, dealing with customers, growing as a business, raising your rates, increasing your workload. I'm still a one-man army.
Right, exactly. And, even what we were saying, because I had a couple of notes, and because I know talking about raising rates or whatever, people always say, or some people like DJs or whatever and stuff. I followed like a couple DJs, and I ain't talking about just top dogs, I'm talking about even like local artists or whatnot. And one thing they do say, it was like, know your worth, don't shortchange yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. I guess you can't come out the gate and be like, yo, I need a band for da da da. I mean, I guess you could, because if your product is worth as such. But I'm assuming since but going with your prices. I'm not asking for a said price. I know it'd be different, different shots, different scenes, stuff like that. But now that you have a drone or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like you have a drone now. So with that, if a guy or a female call and be like, well, I want to do this on the lake or whatever. I don't know whatever about the lake or whatever and stuff, but I want a drone shot. Is that's gonna up it up more than your regular just using your
I get this to people all the time. If you go to a car dealership and you be like, I want the BMW, but I want the one with the peanut butter guts with the sunroof.
Gotcha.
That's not just, you don't just get that.
That's not just stock. Okay.
Yeah, that ain't just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get that too. Now, what people don't know, I'm a giving person. Always been a giving person. So what people don't know is that the people that get my first couple shoots, and what's funny is I just went back and shot drone footage of a video that I did right before I got the drone, because I wanted to give him some drone footage too.
Gotcha.
Because I ran drone footage on 4th of July with one of my Geeker Gang buddies.
Okay.
And the fireworks in the air, and shit was dope.
Word.
And so my dude was like, oh man, how come you got the drone the day after my day we shoot? I'm like, you know what? I'm coming back through to get you on the drone. So everybody now, I'm going to use it to learn. Gotcha. So once again, my learning curve is impacting other people. But yeah, once I get good at it, we talk about this growing within yourself. Once I get good at it, because I'm not now, I fly like a punk.
Right, I got you.
Bitch. I fly like a bitch. I'm looking at my footage like I'm scary as hell. But they crash often.
Oh, yeah,
and they're expensive.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be an extra charge because the liability and the value and expertise.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
And then and sorry. And then going with that, special occasions like when you do like the say. Like for instance, one of your newest ones was a reveal joint. That was pretty dope too. Like with the whole faking out, and they didn't know if it was a real person. So that was
that
sweet.
Day was so crazy.
so like with that, are you? Because that was just a little snippet right there. I don't know if that was the full. Was that the full thing?
Well, yeah, it was the full thing.
That was the full thing. Okay.
Yeah, it was the full thing.
So
pretty much, yeah.
So are you with these clients or individuals like for like a whole day, or is just like that session like from if they got their baby shower, for instance, 4 to 8 or whatever the case may be?
I can create a daily rate. A lot of videographers have that on a higher level.
Right.
You know, I still operate kind of like a low level videographer. My media is high level, but a lot of high level videographers or cameramen, they don't edit, or the cinematographer don't shoot.
Right.
So what I'm doing is like a whole set in one.
Yeah, I was about to say like kind of like a. Can you put it to like a DJ set? Like we about to do. We doing a set, a DJ set. Like
oh no. Well, what I'm saying is I'm like on the movie set. I'm like 5 of those people in one. You getting me? So, for a full production, usually they charge a daily rate. So, you want us to come shoot your movie, we need $995 a day.
Gotcha.
No matter what. And we can film all day for that. So, yeah, I do have day rates that I set for people with that budget. But more or less, I get people with lower budgets who I charge hourly rates.
Gotcha.
So, for somebody like them, the gender reveal, I'll come film for 2 hours, charge by the hour, and then charge by the edit, which will still get me my affordable pricing, high quality, and then it gives people the ability to be able to tailor their package for what they really need and want. Let's say you have a party and it's from 5 to 11, but you know it's only going to do what it do from 9 to 11. You might need me to come from 9 to 11 to capture when it do what it do.
Gotcha.
You don't need me from 5 to 9 where everybody just strolling in and all that. Now, I could get with that and create with that, but that gives people the ability to pinpoint when I could really, you know what I'm saying? And I started that from doing the recaps in the club joints.
Gotcha.
Because the club owner will want you to be there at 11, but ain't nobody here, dog. What you want me to film? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we started like moving it closer, like doing 12 to 2. Because 12 to 2 in Cleveland.
That's what it's smacking.
Yeah, right. And so I tailored it that way. And so now people can get me for a baby shower because if it's 4 to 8, you need me from 6 to 8. Or they'll bullet point things like we need you to get the baby contest and we gonna do this special, that special, and then it's more or less what they want instead of a time frame. But I try to tailor it for the customer because it ain't about money to me. I'm getting my worth, but I want people. Videography is expensive, and I want the common person to be able to get this media
And capture it. Basically, it was captured because like. A capstone of the thing. Oh, well, okay. Hey, another question. I always see it in the beginning credits or whatnot, man. Like it's so. I thought like it was like when Go Real Productions. Is that Congo too? Because it's 14 Congo, but Go Real Productions.
Yeah, so it all ties together, and it's a play on gold.
Gotcha.
So a reel is the little thing, the old movie thing they put on.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And 14K, 14 Congo. Obviously, I was with XIV Productions.
Right.
And I was transitioning to 14 Congo then or whatever. I meet Studio 14. I kind of combine that and mash that up. But Gold Reel would be the production company.
Gotcha.
So I'm still a one-man army. I link with videographers and other cinematographers and stuff like that, editors, and do projects sometimes. But when I get to a point where I can lead or even guide, let's not even say lead, guide a production company, that will be the umbrella. Gotcha. So I'm still putting it out there because it's still an entity. Is it in its full manifestation? No. But that is what it is because once again, on the low level, we like to block everything in, but at a high level, things are separate. It's Paramount, it's this, it's that, and then it's John Singleton or Scorsese or these people is different. So it's Congo, this person, this entity, Go Real Production. So I'm keeping it where it need to be for right now because when it get there, that is the structure that I need.
But right. Check. All right, change gears and whatnot. As I see, I'm gonna give you a solo shot. I mean, you can't see it, but I can see it. A solo shot. But if you flesh your shirt, cause Fat Ninja. Let's talk about Fat Ninja, man. Let's talk about. Let's talk. So is this a brand? Like how did this come about? Just give me the the story of how it came about. What you thought of.
Shout out to Aries Combat. Shout out to Brio Athletics, Lamore. I'm saying it wrong, but shout out to all the clothing companies, Free Thinkers, Manic Vanity. It really came from all them. Anybody in Cleveland that had a clothing company that I truly knew, I always looked at that as dope as fuck. You know how we looked at clothes when we was younger.
Definitely.
So it's dope as fuck for me to see people create that. Shout out to Aries Combat because that's where I started my martial arts journey at this point in my life. I've done some stuff younger, but it was never to this degree.
Yes.
And Fat Ninja, ideally, shout out to Master Ben, my Muay Thai coach, because the Asian culture, even though I loved it before, he introduced it to me even more. And Fat Ninja is literally me. I'm athletic.
Right.
And so when I get in there with these guys, and right now I'm being 36 years old, got the dad bod, the belly, smoking blunts and shit. And some of the guys are surprised by my athleticism. I'm not.
Right.
But other people is. Even like early in the game, it be some dudes up there that be like, hey man, I don't mean to sound, be disrespectful or nothing, but you move fast for a big dude. And I'm like, that shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm fat boy for life. Like, people don't know. Right. I embrace that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is. That's literally me. Like, I can do some little pretty cool kicks and I got some athleticism. And being in the realm of mixed martial arts, I brought my media there. But shit, I had apparel with Geeker Gang, and like I said, we was always in the clothes. And so shout out to Mars Primo, who created the logo. I just had an idea like, yo, let me embody me, because we've been creating identities for ourselves for a long time, you know, and standing on them and branding them.
Right.
Bruiser ENT, Bruiser Podcast. Think about how much stuff you done, you know, flooding the block. We created names and entities and pushed them for so long. So that's what I did with this, and it's actually a whole line. Got Fat Samurai, it's a whole bunch of shit. But I just want to start with this. And it is me. And now getting into the MMA community, that same energy that I brought to everything else in my life, like I just spoke to God, damn, God, this me for real? That same energy that I brought to everything else in my life, it came into this. And then the idea was organic and dope. And then now I really got a network of MMA fighters. Like, bro, I get some respect, like, from, like, true killers,
Right.
like real. When y'all be watching UFC and something, I go with some of the motherfuckers that beat these motherfuckers on TV. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes be live and killers, and I gain respect from them because I show respect from them. I learn from them, and with my media, some of these guys I help put them on the map. So now I created an entity inside a network that I'm truly in, and so I just see it growing in that aspect because it's a lot of big guys that can move, and it ain't just for the big guys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homeboy Devontae Smith, a UFC lightweight. Just put my shirt on, posted on his page. He got his own clothing line.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about support in this community, and it's a growing sport. Look at it right now. It's the only sport on TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers take chances. No excuses. And so I see myself growing in this sport, man. I see myself being a staple in professional mixed martial arts, whether it's through my media, apparel, or something.
And then, I don't know if I asked you this last time. With that being said, well, first and foremost, is it available, or how will one be able to get?
Right now, it's hand-to-hand distribution.
Okay,
I'm saying like Master P rap noodles. Nigga, you gotta get that shit out my trunk.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
And what's the ticket?
$25 if I don't know you. Throw me this hot 20. We don't need two bills if I do. And that's it right now.
Okay.
E-commerce is coming. And right now I got the full color logo. This is basically the full logo. It is combat gear, so expect combat gear to come from this, but I do want it to be fashion forward because I'm a kind of guy that dress in Nike and Adidas on a daily basis. I dress in sweats and stuff. Right. That's kind of how I move. So I'm making clothes that I'm gonna wear.
Same way.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right now it's hand-to-hand distribution. Use my social media or my number. I've been putting it out there right now. Fat Ninja Combat Gear is on IG. And that's where I'm starting at. But I got some big ideas. But I'm okay with small steps. I've done everything like this, and it feel better that way. So
I'll make sure I put in the comment, not the comments, but in the details of whatnot. I put it down there, and then once I drop this out, I make sure I tag everyone and everybody as far as that. So keeping it with USC, since it opened back up, or since the things opened back up, I know you shot a video for the top. I'm assuming that's a top dog or whatnot. That when he was explaining how the whole process of keeping it cleansed and stuff like that. Yeah. So that video came out, but people that probably didn't see it or don't know about it, how have with the training, the MMA training, how have it been? Has they opened up, and is he back successful? No, not say not successful, but has he bounced back, or is it good? Like is the turnout good? As can be.
The pandemic has affected gyms, small gyms, MMA, karate, all that.
Right.
Heli. To the point that gyms is closed forever. Gyms where people, you gotta think martial arts is like some real. It's like a barber. It's real special. Like when them type of places go, like it take a piece with you. So if you survive through the pandemic, you have the opportunity to gain all these new members, right?
Yes.
So we looking at a situation at Aries Combat where yes, there was a drop off. If you had a gym and you followed the rules, you had a drop off significant. It maybe could have crushed you. Now it's because the facility is still there and be able to be used. people are coming and searching for the opportunity to first work out. Motherfuckers been sitting in the house for 3 months. Right. And then continue this mixed martial arts journey. Because I tell you what, even watching the fights from the UFC with no crowd, they way more intense. And the people who has had the ability to train closer to normal is the people that's winning, in my opinion. Wait till basketball start. It's gonna be the same thing. Whichever one of the motherfuckers been hooping and keeping a regiment, that's who gonna win. It's about physicality at this point. Everybody gonna be healthy per se, unless they got the Rona. But whoever's still training as close to normal will you know what I'm saying, gain the advantage, in my opinion. And so, yeah, right now, any gym that's still open should be doing pretty good because tons of people are looking for new homes and places. So there was a fucking kill cutoff, and there was a lot of people that won't come back. But now, if you survive that, I think you have the opportunity to have a flourishing gym.
And it's and just the end off of with the MMA or the MMA and the training and just the camps or whatnot, like, because I know, like, it'd be like, oh, like for instance, there's a camp here, there's a camp there. So is this more or less like you find a home, or do like say Aries what was Aries Combat, right? Mm-hmm. So say Aries Combat and then like say it's I don't know, another one to the right. Are they against each other, or are they on the same path, or it's like if it's these cats in this camp, this cats in this camp, like,
bruh,
I hate to say Bloods and Crips, but
that shit is as
I mean,
much
like old school,
Karate Kid as you can imagine,
I got you.
Bro. It's definitely like that. But
that's the good one. Okay.
But within Karate Kid, there was some camaraderie between the opposing people too, right. Because even though they hated each other, it was admiration there in some senses too. Because the Cobras, after a while, they like, shit, Daniel, he alright, right. For real, and that happens also. So it's a testosterone driven sport. It's a whole bunch of people that been sharpening their sword all day, and they want to see how sharp it is. And so yeah, it's a lot of fucking animosity. And you think some of these rivalries with these teams, look at the trash talk that you see from MMA. That should be real. Like, yeah, I'll whoop your ass. Bro, you ain't even that good. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'll beat your ass. Like, and then you'll talk your way into a fight. Right. You know what I'm saying? Into a real match and bout. And so that animosity is there, but there is admiration. And then you get, like, it's just like the NBA and stuff like that, where people been around so many camps and crossed so many paths that everybody kind of know each other. And this guy may like this guy on this team, but he don't like the team and all that stuff. So all that petty, like, it's bad. Man, it's bad. Okay. But there is respect in it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, because you can't be too disrespectful in a sport where we got to fight. So you will find that it's way more respect than I'll beat your ass in public type shit. You don't see a lot of that with fighters. Some fighters get there, but most fighters want to fight.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of respect, and beating you in the craft is important. Gotcha. But yeah, that beef do be there. Trust me, it's there. It's heavy. It's like kitty.
Another one. Since like we was talking about the UFC, how where there's no crowd and stuff. So like I know like me listening to Rogan and Schwab, Brendan Schwab, all that stuff, all them guys or whatever, when they talk about it, and they said that like, do you think it's an advantage of when there's no crowd, because now you can hear the corners or you can hear the commentators as well? So like, for instance, Joe Rogan saying he should do blah 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 boom boom, and they can hear the commentary. And then now because they said it was a couple fights that when it first started back, it was a couple fights that or some fights that they heard that and they listened to that shit, and then that helped him. You know what I mean? Like, press,
if it's practical. Joe Rogan, what most people don't know is Joe Rogan is very knowledgeable with mixed martial arts, especially in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he can strike too, but he is very good at jiu-jitsu, and I believe to be a black belt. And so yeah, if what he's telling them to do out loud makes sense, hell yeah. But I tell you what, being around fighters and being around the fight, it's hard to listen Mike Perry right now is a fighter that's real popular. He just did some dumbass shit and punched some dude in some bar, some old dude, clocked him.
I think I saw
But yeah, but he won his last fight and he won it with no corner. And he is like a martyr. Well, not a martyr, but he's like the leader in this right now in this MMA thing where it's like, I don't need a corner. The coach just want to really just take credit for and say he told you to throw that punch that knocked dude out. You know what I'm saying? For real, I'm a pro. I should train on my own. I know what I want to do anyway. Right. And he had his girlfriend corner him his last fight. I think it was like 2 Saturdays ago. And he won. He won the fight against a good fighter. And and it proved a lot because you can talk all this shit. He was talking the shit about he's going to have his girlfriend be his corner. But if you want to be an independent fighter, you got to be disciplined. So let's say if your coach do scream some stuff in the ring and you can hear it now, it's to your advantage and disadvantage. Because like Mike Perry was saying, this guy that I'm just talking about, he was listening to the calls because they call certain shit. Razors was a call for elbows for the outside from his opponent. Gotcha. And so once he got it, now when they say it, now he know too. So to me, if it's practical, it has pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? So if it's able to really be used, so if I recognize your symbol, now I know what you're going to do. Hell yeah. If Joe Rogan say, hey, he needs to get his leg out and get to his left hip. If that's really what he need to do, hell yeah, it's to his advantage. For real. But it's also to his opponent's advantage because if that's what you go to do,
then
fighting is about it's chess.
He can counter it.
It's chess. And so, yeah, I think there is advantages and disadvantages to having no crowd. I really, really like it. You know what I'm saying? For real. To me, it's been way more intense because if you want to fight me with nobody around, you really want to fight me, dog. You know, and definitely that's why we've been getting the matches we've been getting.
Okay. So if when I say these next phrase, I'm gonna say Cam Newton Patriots. What do you think?
The little Patriot symbol with the little bonnet on, with the little fucking nappy dreads and shit. Right. That's what I see. Yeah. You know what? I don't think Cam Newton is that skilled of a passer. And so to get in a system where they throw the ball 50 times, he can do that because he can threat to run too. I don't know how he gonna deal with the high level of discipline from an organization like the New England Patriots. People wonder why LeBron James was so good in Miami. Pat Riley don't take no shit.
Yeah, sure.
People wonder why you go to New England automatically you fit in and get the rollings because Bill Belichick don't take. He'll trade your ass for practice over.
And for a fifth rounder and shit. And then
listen,
still win a chip.
If that ain't spite, what the fuck is? If a motherfucker willing to do you like that, a grown ass professional man making hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know. So I'm excited to see. I want Cam to win. Trust me. Definitely. The Super Bowl, the car crash, the fucking. Him pounding, being a crybaby and shit. I want him to turn it around. I always want our black brothers to turn it around in the media. But I don't know if his skill set is ready for what is being. He got big ass shoes to fill. Tom Brady? Ooh, wee.
And that's my my second question. I was gonna say Tom Brady and the Bucks. And then to add another one, Gronk.
All this shit be so biased. How the fuck do they even do that? Like, that's what, like, when we was playing the game, it was little like, nigga, you cheating, you'll go over a nigga house like, how was LeBron James, Paul Pierce, and Michael Jordan on your team? What you doing with the game, bro? This ain't even fair. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I'm a big Patriots hater. I love to admit my haterism, my hater.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Patriots hater. And I always thought Belichick and Brady never really got along because Belichick, to me, always thought Brady was just good enough to make the plays, and Belichick really, in his head, I think, was taking credit for the wins. And Brady was, to me, because everybody called him this GOAT quarterback, right? Because he does great. And I'm excited to see them play without each other. Oh, yeah. That's like if we would have saw Jordan split up from Phil at the Bulls. around that time.
Right.
Not when he, you know what I'm saying?
Not
I'm talking about,
not Wizards and shit, but
yeah. Well, kinda, because it's still kinda, because think about Brady's career. This is kinda Wizards ish.
He 20 years. I mean, like, different legs because it's a different sport or whatever. Or
yeah,
like,
but I'm saying this is the back end of Brady's career.
Got you.
So it was the back end of Jordan's career. But if we would have seen it like right at 98, if we'd have seen Jordan just go play against Phil,
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying, or something like that. So I'm excited to see, because I don't call Brady the GOAT. It's hard not to argue that, but it's other shit. You know, we argue anything. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited to see him try to win without Belichick. To me, that's the, and Tampa is a great place, man. That's a great football town.
Yeah, they said they got us. I mean, because I've never been to the NFL aficionado or whatever, but they said that because they court, you know what I'm saying, the core they have, they got like good young receivers and DBs and stuff like that or whatnot. So
they got amazing.
They got like a nice little team, because I mean I know the last quarterback, you know what I'm saying, homie was, you know what I'm saying, he good for 30 picks or whatever and stuff, you know what I'm saying, like he a 30 for 30 basically or whatever and stuff, so that cancels out. You know what I mean? So so yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a buzz and stuff like that, but I know like you and Nut, you know what I'm saying, y'all more football orientated and shit.
I'm definitely excited to see if Brady, because I think Joe Montana is one of the GOATs, and when he left San Francisco, he went to Kansas City and took them to,
he went to the trip.
Right after. So if Brady can do that, then I'll probably hush on a lot of GOAT arguments, even though he went to a dope, Kansas City was nothing like what he going to. He going to a fucking dope ass team, and then you brought this fucking unstoppable ass, you know what I'm saying, like this 6'10" WWE wrestler to catch the ball,
baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, on drugs and alcohol, playing tight end, like. This dude's amazing, so
he look jacked too. He slimmed up and shit. He look jacked.
And Tampa's they have great support. I think that's so important for a football team, to have great support.
So fan support or organization or both.
Fan support, organization. They used to be they are Super Bowl champions.
Oh yeah,
at some point, right?
I was.
So just think about how we feel about that here. The ring that we went with LeBron. Once you win a ring, that DNA it becomes you. So your city, your organization, y'all always searching for that high level again because you've been there. It's different if you've never been there.
Right.
But them being a town that been there and then getting this type of roster, the expectations is high, and I think the support gonna come. Just like how we felt about the Browns when we was souped up in the preseason. It was like a little glow going on. When they started playing, it started fizzling.
Right.
But before that, and I think if they even play good the first few games, Tampa Bay is going to be, that's a town that's just going to take off with a Tom Brady.
All right, well, same thing with the quarantine stuff like that coming back. So what, NBA wise, let me just go real quick, you know what I mean? As far as, because, some cats opting out of not playing or going to the bubble and all that stuff. But my main question is, do you think, because to keep it kind of Clevelandish with you or whatnot, do you think LeBron and J.R. Smith, do you think he's gonna be good? I'm saying as far as he coming back, I mean I think so, honestly. But like him being to the Lakers now, because he was taking over Bradley. He opted out because of family concerns or whatnot. So, but I'm saying like just through the how the shit played or whatever. I don't know if they ever spoke before or after, obviously, but. Like with J.R. Smith being there or whatever and stuff, do you think that that LeBron have a retrust other than what transpired with the whole timeout crap and all that stuff?
I mean, in the moment, that's a huge moment. In retrospect, I mean, if they win the game, it can change the series, but it did. You know what I'm saying? Like it. So as basketball players and on the horizon of, I mean, to me this would be an easy ring. Like I'm not saying that the sport ain't hard or whatever. I'm just saying that everybody ain't at full power. So it'll be an easy ring. So yeah, I think they refocus immediately. I think depending on J.R. Smith's character, it will call him to action. I've seen him play excellent sometimes when you didn't. I'm like, what?
I like him. I mean, like he got the green light. You know what I'm saying? Like he a green light shooter. You know what I mean? Like regardless of whether he's a 6-man or whatever. Like so, I mean, I always like him.
He's an under-respected defender.
Right.
Because I seen him play some scrappy defense. So no, I think they forget about that. I think it becomes something the media can discuss for a little bit.
Definitely.
But I think personally, they forget about that and try to get this easy ring. If they about to play this little bubble ship or whatever the fuck, yeah, I think that's gonna be in the back.
Would it be? Would this ring be an asterisk?
Hell yeah, just like the Spurs one in the or the lockout.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you still respect it,
Right.
but it's asterisk. You know what I'm saying? I feel like also if we get the best two teams at the end play in a 7-game series that look like they was all there, I feel like no. I feel like the only reason it's an asterisk is Kawhi's ring an asterisk. You know what I'm saying? Because all these players was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we get fair competition, if the Lakers play the fucking Cavs, and then, I'm just saying and then the Lakers win, oh my God, LeBron James is his 4th championship or whatever the fuck. Like, no. Yeah, asterisks. Big ass asterisks. But if we get like if we get like Antetokounmpo versus LeBron, or if we get a good matchup, yeah, no asterisk for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence either way. I'm
not arguing other people's asterisks though. I get it, because this to me is not regular. We ain't gonna sit there and say it's regular. This is not regular, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Because the asterisks that can hit me, I'll be like, when y'all came back 3-1, when the whole kicking the nut shit, whatever. So I'm like, I don't know if Draymond was there. It might have been a rap, but
I don't think so.
I don't know. But we ain't go revisionist history.
I'm just saying.
I got the paper over. I got the paper over there. The same paper of the day of. I just brought that out because I'm gonna get it laminated.
Draymond Green played again, didn't he? He played in the game.
But it was a pivotal. That game was the one when he fucking the whole.
It was
nut
a pivotal
shit.
kick.
It was a pivotal. Yeah, well, it was a pivotal kick.
Hey,
and he got a pivotal kick this ass off.
I tell you what, and this I just want to bring this up about Draymond Green. I am a Draymond Green hater. Once again, I will accept my hater.
He grew on me, but he still pissed me off.
He grew on me because this year was prime example. That boy trash.
Oh, it's about
he trash.
He can't lead.
He is a system player. All that shit he be talking. He is a trash, bro.
I do not. I very do not like when he be talking. He be trying to talk down on Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Talking about all that shit.
He can't hold a candle to Chuck.
I'm like, man, this dude is tripping.
Okay,
like,
on defense, it'll be an interesting day.
Right.
But the vice versa, what? Man, Chuck could play defense too.
Right. And then even then, like when he slimmed up after he got with Mo Malone, like with the Sixers and even the Suns, like dude. He was a force to be reckoned with. He coast to coast, you know what I'm saying?
Man, at the Suns, that boy still mid range was butter.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's I don't know. I want to see it. Am I missing it? I don't really miss sports. I'm just getting so used to just whatever. You know what I mean? It's like. I don't miss it. Then it's up and down, open and closing.
I like a lot of the black kids is talking about going to HBCU.
Oh yeah. The one gentleman going there. That's pretty cool. And then he had tagged like another gentleman. Then he was like, "Let's do it" and stuff. So that's pretty cool because I forget who spoke upon that. It was one of the top heads. I don't know if it was ESPN or if it was Undisputed or whatever. But I don't know if it was First Take Undisputed. But I know that was a narrative a little bit ago. It was like, trying to. I don't know if it's just because it's the BLM or the the pro black all that shit, but it's like, why not do this instead of going to fucking Duke where that's going? Like, bring that.
And even though I don't necessarily agree with Black Lives Matter, for what's going on right now, any good decision that will help us as a whole is good, because we don't understand how much money we bring in a university. When you're a player like Zion Williamson and you go to a place like Duke, you made them hundreds of millions of dollars. And you could do that for a network that's going to continue to give back to you. Right. So that's the only difference. And honestly, we level out the playing field in that way. We immediately start putting money in young black people's pockets by bringing those level of athletes to those schools.
Like 5-star recruits?
Yes.
Like 5-star recruits.
And the fact that these young brothers is making that transition is truly priceless. And I hope it becomes a fad, because
Or not even a fad, but like a lifestyle. I mean, or you say
yeah,
like, 'cause,
well,
you know
it
what I'm saying?
becomes a new way to choose.
There you
Just
go.
like LeBron and these guys opened up, no, ain't no loyalty to no one team. I choose what
Where
I
wanna
want to
go.
do. Put the power in the person who is really generating the energy.
The athlete.
Nobody cares about who owns fucking Duke. They care about Zion Williamson do a windmill with his head above the rim.
Right.
So without Zion, so we got to start understanding that power before we give it all away. And so I think even those ideas, and if them young boys really do go there, I'm excited to see what it brings to these networks.
Hey, sound like a plan to me. Something came out of the news I saw this morning, and it was about water. So I know you a fish. You know what I'm saying? You got a tattoo of a damn shark or fish on your arm and stuff like that. So I know you a what was the Barracudas? What was called Barracudas back in the day? Cleveland Barracudas back in the day.
That's dope.
You and little sis, you and Charlie. I saw something. It was a female actress from off of Glee, 33-year-old actress, and they haven't found the body yet. But you know, saying like the 4-year-old was still on said boat that was in a lake in California or whatever. So my question is, like, what you feel the importance of, either if you being around water, the importance of knowing how to swim or something, even know how to damn doggy paddle, like, is that, I mean, like, or even just a individual, like a kid, like say your kids or whatever, or my kids, like the importance of swimming, like, is that something that's very serious, or is more or less like having a vest on or knowing the protocol of water?
I'll tell you
what you think?
Learning or being able to swim for survival is very important. Being able to swim like me to try to win the race, that's not as important. Being able to survive for a long, obviously they had to go find her, right? So if she could survive floating, or if she could survive treading water, or get herself to a point where she's not using as much energy and can just stay above somehow, and that usually that's treading or floating.
Right.
If she could do that, and I don't know the circumstances, if she can do that, yes, swimming is important for survival. Hella. For performance, it's great exercise. But for survival, hella. But I said that to say this. It was a wrestler, WWE wrestler, that just died in California not too long ago, like a month or so ago. Same thing, him and his son was in the water messing around.
And they said save him.
Jetstream, call him. Right. He literally like saved my son.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they found him a few days later.
Right, I remember that.
Ain't nothing, water, there's nothing you can do truly. So whatever happened to them, let's say that it is a natural occurrence, there is nothing water is so powerful, bro. If it puts you in a bad position, hopefully you have the survival skills to get out. That's just it. I was shooting a video like a year or so back, 2 years maybe, and we was in a little jet boat on Lake Erie. And it's the artist in there and the dude that's driving the boat, and the fucking engine stalls out and get to smoking. It's a 4-5 man little jet boat. It get to smoking, engine stall out. We just floating. One, the engine can catch on fire. It's smoking.
So you gotta bail out.
Two, we close to rocks, so the boat not moving. It's doing like this. If we hit you see the rocks on Lake Erie, and not the ones directly to shore, but sometimes
the
it's
jagged
some that
ones
come
on
out.
the jagged ones.
Even if you go out a little bit more farther with them people, it's a row of them too.
Yeah, I just
them the ones that we was by. So then you get a hole in the boat. So fresh out of nowhere, a dude on a jet ski fucking ride up, see we need help. It's Sunday. The fucking ain't nobody out there we can call, nothing. He ride up, hop in the fucking lake, hop on the boat, stick his head in the fucking thing, fix it. You know what I'm saying? We pull off after like 45 minutes of being scared as fuck.
Were you actually scared?
No, and that's what I was about to say. I was not scared.
I'm about to say.
And eerily joking, like, all right, camera, I'm gonna have to get rid of you, but
Right.
I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my Ronin, my camera, everything with me. And so then, right then was a time in my life where I understood my survival was gonna kick in. And I realized that no matter what, the water had control.
Definitely.
And so whatever happened to the young lady and the baby boy.
Oh, no, the boy's still alive. The 4-year-old, he was. They found him on the boat. He alive, but they say they presumed they're dead.
Oh yeah.
They presumed they're dead, but they haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still in development. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just saw it this morning. You know what I mean? Like,
So
when I
who
woke up.
knows? Who
Yeah,
knows
exactly.
if it's
So hopefully
you know whatever.
Right,
But I'm
right.
saying like in real natural disaster or natural occurrences, a water boy, that's something you don't want to mess with. So yes, you want to learn how to swim for survival first, please. Anybody.
Hey man, I thought when I saw it, I'm like, well shit, he coming over today, so I'm like, fuck it, I go ahead. And
I saw it too. Any drowning, and I just take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Any of that stuff that I see, especially the one with the WWE wrestler, he like, yo, save my son.
Right.
And this dude just fucking, that's his last words. You know? That shit is so, like, because I know what it's like. I spend a lot of my time in water, and it's like, to die that way, man, what the
Right, and because and then you know, so the caveat off that, another question with regards of water, because you been a lifeguard for years and years and years and stuff like that. You know, the biggest thing, like, people be like, don't try to say. Sometimes I don't know, like I mean, if your instinct kicked in or whatever and shit, like me, I would be willing to try to save like somebody that's drowning, that can't swim, that's whatever and stuff, but. You know, I think it's some type of training and level to it, because they say they can fuck around and drown you if you're not strong enough or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they spazzing out or whatever. You know, because
we literally practice. We literally practice techniques to get you off in the water, under the water. We practice techniques. We drill techniques to have a distressed swimmer release you. Sometimes you gotta chop them in the ribs. Shit. Sometimes you push their arms up. But it's one technique, like if I swim towards you and you grab around my head, I get under your elbows, I push them up, I swim under you and come behind you, and then I try to re-save you. So there are techniques for that, but depending on the situation, if you're in a pool and shit, you know, you can see your boundaries of
where you
error
trying
and
to get to
danger
Yeah.
most of the time. But in open water,
Yeah, if you're in a current or shit like that, like an ocean or whatever,
I wouldn't. Open water, man. If that ain't your job, sit your ass on the beach, boy. Cause that shit, you gone just as it just not too long ago in Ohio somewhere, some dude died trying to save somebody at one of the little, you know, we got parks and lakes all over this motherfucker. So some guy died trying to save the motherfucker died. You know what I'm saying? Cause now can't nobody get his ass out.
Exactly.
So yeah, if that ain't your calling, because once again, that's another level of swimming. That's rescue swimming. So now I'm holding the motherfucker and moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's another level of technique and stuff like that. So I ain't even talking about saving yourself on your own. You saving somebody else. That calls for higher level of physicality, athleticism, especially too, being able to tread with you and another motherfucker.
Right.
It's tough. So yeah.
All right, hey man. Well, I know you got to skedaddle, and then this one. But like I said, I just need 48 minutes of your time, or under an hour or whatnot. Is there anything else you want to plug, or anything you want to do? Because I'm gonna make a couple clips or whatever, so you can plug out. Oh, matter of fact, do your plug out as you when you did for the Fat Ninja and stuff like that. Then I isolate that. Isolate that as a clip or whatever.
Fat Ninja Combat Gear at Fat Ninja Combat Gear on IG. Right now, the full color logo, gray tee, $25. I got sizes from small to 3X. I'm working on getting all the way up to 7X. Obviously, it's Fat Ninja, so I want some fat boys in it. That's it, man. 14KONGO.
Got you.
Yeah. Other than that, bro, shit, I appreciate coming down, man. Sometimes I'm so goddamn busy, bro. And for real, a lot of it be family. I know you know that. It's like, so much of it'd be your schedule, and then it'd be like everything else got to do for the house, and then it'd be like, all right, now the extra shit I want to do, and then it'd be like 1 a.m. and I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah, I get it. Oh fuck, I was actually. Oh damn, I'm glad you said 1 a.m. I'm about to ask you what's your average hours of sleep before we get out of here? Because I mean I can't sleep at night anyway, but I mean I get in the bed I try to get in the bed or we get in the bed about 9 or 10. And be like ready to go. Like I'm an old man type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I always wake up. I can't sleep throughout the middle of the night or whatever. So I'm always up, and then about 5:30, I'm up for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm up like 18 hours a day easily, or shit. Not
That's
even
where I'm
sometimes
at with
20.
shit.
You know
That's
what
where I'm at with shit now. Lately, for the last few weeks, it's been 12 to 2, 12 to 3. I've been going to sleep. And I still been waking up at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
So you get 5 hours in. So, but hey, what I will tell you is, if you don't know that I done got hip to the last couple of years, and I would say with age, we started this conversation with age, so we're gonna end it with age. Take a fucking nap, dude. That shit. I mean, I understand like the grind the grind is going and shit, but I'm talking about, man. I don't care if you sleep in the fucking car. Like, man, if you take an hour cat nap, dude, I'm telling you. The bounce back gonna be real. That nap shit, like she always told me, because I'm thinking I got the fucking FOMO shit or whatever. I don't like sleeping and shit, so then I feel like I'm being lazy and shit. I'm sleeping in the middle of the day and shit. You know what I'm saying? But lately, like, if I get off work, I get home like 11. Boom, JoJo get lunch or whatever and shit. So we still try to treat it like a kind of a school schedule or whatever and shit. So like around like 12:30, I'm like, if I'm at home or whatever, if I'm not cutting grass or whatever, I'm like, JoJo, you better lay it down. So we'll take a nap from like 12:30 to 2, and then get energy back up. We good to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like
You know what?
Think about it as you get older.
Nah,
dude.
yeah,
I wish
I had the time. You know what? And that's
even
funny.
30 minutes, man. I ain't talking about like be at home napping. I'm talking about like, dude, like if you fucking at the combat center or whatever and stuff, like, dude, a soft 30, man. I'm telling you, dog.
Right.
That shit work wonders.
Now, you know what? It's always been difficult for me to nap in my life because I never nap. Like, I just be sleep. Like, that hour and a half turning like 4, 5, and then I throw up. You know, when you throw off the schedule, always. That's how you know you fucked up on the nap, because everything fucked up. You're like, damn, it's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Fuck. So I always messed up on the nap. So if I could really get my naps to a nap, that would be interesting. But just on that note, somebody like me, if I sit down and don't think about nothing and don't do nothing for 30 minutes, it feel like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I'm that way. Like I had to tell her, I'm like, I feel like I mean, even if I'm just up, I'm saying, like, even if I'm sitting here, I'm not necessarily doing something, but actually I am, because I'm looking up news or I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing something or whatever. But like, so I felt that way for a long time, and she actually had to talk me out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm so used to, especially when it was, I mean, I always kept a job for the most part. And then even with the, like with the military, so it was always just going, because the military is a 24-hour job. So so like, you know what I'm saying, if one of my guys get jammed up, I gotta, you know what I'm saying, like, if they make the phone call to me, or you know what I'm saying, like when they, you know what I'm saying, how it hit the chain of command, whatever, but normally it's gonna come to me or the guys that's on my level or whatever and shit. I gotta get up, you know what I mean, and move. So but yeah, I always felt that, man. I always felt like you saying, like, that sleeping at night, I make sure I get up early, whether I'm on vacation right now, but I still get up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I still get up, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I do agree with you as that, but I'm learning as I'm getting older. Like I said, like, hey, man, it won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, well, if you saying your hour gonna turn into 4 hours.
Yeah, I just gotta manage it. But
it is a learning process.
I've been conscious of it. I think I just gotta manage it better, because let's say if I have a shoot and I'm tired, I'll sleep for an hour because I'll have an alarm on. I get up and I know all my bags is ready. I'm throwing them in the car. I'm leaving them, go shoot. So I don't do it for just rest for myself. I usually do it for a reason. I usually nap for a reason. If I can manage the time, and I'm gonna try, I do so.
Cause like I leave. I don't know. We keep going, but we done though. But I'll leave with this note with this wrestling thing. Like for instance, like my body, like when I go hard, and so I'm at 36. We both 36 now, and I'm only a couple months. I'm only fucking 3 months older than you, whatever. But like what I come to find, like when I was working multiple jobs, or when I'm working, then I'm going. Like it'll be a particular, like I can do it, like it can be a week in a row, or it fuck around be 2 weeks in a row. But your body gonna fucking tell you when to sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like it been days that I have to. Luckily, I have the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, use a sick day or whatever at my gig or whatever and stuff. But it been days that I will wake up and shit, but my body like, nah, dog, you got to cool this one out. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave you with that. Like this, as in getting older and shit. Like
that happened to me. That happened to me recently, actually. Because there ain't been a bunch of MMA and you can't do a lot of touching. A lot of what everybody was doing was striking, but MMA is mixed martial arts, so it's a lot of grappling, it's a lot of wrestling, it's a lot of jiu-jitsu. So we wasn't doing a bunch of that for months. We just doing striking. And like a few weeks ago, the first time I like grappled, me and my one homeboy, he just got a stripe on his white belt. We grappling for like 10 minutes straight, bro. Man, the next day, I thought I had something to do. Get up. Every muscle in my body was sore. I'm talking about like muscles right here and shit. I'm like, why was I using this? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even understand. And he told me too. He's like, bro, I didn't want to get out of bed. And so sometimes, but while we was grappling, I'm talking about we wrestling for 10 minutes, bro. Sweating, t-shirts ripped. We going ham. And while you in it, like you said, it could be a week or two. While you in it, you don't feel it. But yes, I agree. With age, your body will remind you, like, dog. And you know, back in the day, man, I used to be geek for 3-4 days in a row.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Be up all night or whatever.
Not
like,
sleeping, playing the game, goddamn, being a goddamn Gucci man. I was trying to shit. You know what I'm saying?
This shit hit different. Like shit, Buck. Like we was over here and they was playing fucking horse and shit. And I want to play. I'm like, nah, dog. I'm like, I retired from all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We started shooting shots with money and shit. But I'm that's about as far as it's gonna get. But they was playing horse, and then I talking to the nigga the other day. He like, man, my fucking knee still. He like, man, it's swollen. He's like, I feel the fluid. He was like, my knee still hurt. I was like, I told y'all motherfuckers to. Because Peanut said the same shit. Like he said something.
But I tell y'all what. If y'all don't learn something from me, you do have to pick up a hobby that keeps you in shape.
Yeah, see, my job is that. I do like 15,000 steps. You know what I'm saying? Like 15,000 steps is like almost like 10 miles a day. Not 10 miles a day. So I'm always walking at my gig or whatever, and I'm sweating. Then once again, landscaping and shit. So that's right there. I didn't drop weight since then. Just off of, because I've been amping up. You know what I mean? Out in that sun and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta have, because in all actuality, if you don't use it, you lose it. So that athleticism that you used to have, that shit'll start deteriorating faster if you don't exercise it. Right. That's why when you started, you was talking about, I feel good. Like, nigga, I feel like back in the day on some shit, for real. If I was 30, 40 pounds lighter, it'd be pretty interesting. I've had some of them guys tell me like 10 years ago, you'd be amateur champion easy, bro. So I know, and Lifetime Fitness is my big thing. These old people, now they routine is doing something every day. Now that they 60, they losing all their motion and dexterity and mobility in their limbs. Now they want to go do aerobics every day. Please start now.
Just do it now.
Please start now, because I noticed them. It make them happy, but they gotta do it now for their motion. You know what I'm saying? We gonna lose it anyway. You know what I'm saying? One of the best things we could do as human being is move. For real. As we get older, we like to buy toys and sit down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't played. I haven't touched my fucking Xbox. I don't think none this year. I don't think. Like I've been focusing on, you know what I'm saying, this DJ and shit, and then because I'm practicing up for that shit. I got a set Saturday.
I'm about to buy me another set. I have to teach. I have to. JJ think it's cool now that I do film and shit, because I did a photo shoot with the kids on my birthday.
Got you.
And they mom, and JJ posing, he like to see himself, right? He remind me so much, man. Yeah.
Just the same way.
And then and I got to taking pictures or whatever. He like, Dad, we should do this photo shoot thing more often. He was like, you a natural. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to like kind of expose him to all the stuff that I thought, and he kind of liked some of the stuff already I like, but I want to expose him to the stuff that I like, and they really in tune with music.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm the same way because like, yo, if I had the radio on, because I probably have a podcast in my ear, like on one of my buds or whatever when I'm in the truck, and then like I can hear JoJo if he like, for instance, like the last couple of days I really been hearing it strongly, like every song that come, like all the mainstream songs, whatever that be on 106 or 107, whatever the fuck, like he saying it, he don't know their names, but he know, you know what I'm saying, but he know how to look it up on YouTube for one, but he's singing the songs or whatever. So I'm like, I told my wife a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm about to get him in tune because he like podcasting too. He like talking on the mic and stuff like that. He know Bruce Lee podcast, boom, boom. So that gun training, because he know how to, you know what I'm saying. He know gun safety or whatever, or firearm safety. Sorry about that, because y'all gonna be flipping out like, what you talking about gun? All right, firearm safety. I apologize. And then like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, then with the DJ and stuff, because he like, oh, you can DJ. Even all the three of the kids that's in the house, or even. Well, Charlotte already knew, but like Diamond and Dante and stuff, they like, well, you started DJ. I'm like, you must don't know. I'm like, I ain't starting anything. I'm just getting out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just cracking the dust off, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's all that is. You know what I mean? But man, let's get the fuck up out of here, dog. This has been another fucking great podcast with my brother DJ Congo. Look him up. Get the Fat Ninja shirts. As always. This is the fucking Bruiser podcast, man. Hit that like button on the video, audio-wise, man. Hey, share this joint, comment, this and that. Like I say, I appreciate all the time. And, hey, most of y'all ain't got shit to do. They about to shut shit back down. I got guys in California, North Carolina, Virginia, all that shit. So, Georgia and Cleveland here, you know what I mean? So, it's mandatory to wear masks in Cuyahoga County these days, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, put the fucking earbuds in. Bruiser podcast. Salute. Later, haters.
Peace.